Colorado stays perfect at home, 7-0 record, and they get their biggest win of the year, their 13th in 16 tries, knocking off number 8 Utah. First loss of the season for the Utes. It's a 10-point win for Colorado. They lost by 27 in Salt Lake City, and they win by 10 here. What a great turnaround in 23 days.
Yeah, and we talked to Frida Foreman after the game. She mentioned this was on their mind. They knew that wasn't their game. CU came to play and really so physical and dominating the floor. It was a sloppy start for both teams. They're turning the ball over. They couldn't get any kind of rhythm. But, man, CU turned it on in the second and third quarters and really put this one out.
Yeah, it was 7-7 in turnovers, I think, in the first quarter, right? And then Colorado kind of
Terrible.
cleaned it up. And you know, the defense for Colorado, the things they did tonight against the third best scoring team in the country, holding them 20 points below their average, knocking 11 points off their field goal percentage, racking up the turnovers against Utah, 7 above their average, 6.5-ish. I mean, everything across the board.
Exactly. Across the stats. Yeah, I mean, even just as effective as they are from the field goals, right? 50%, and they just knocked them out of contention. And Utah didn't really have a good answer. And I think that's probably what Coach Roberts is going to mention a little bit. There was no really good answer from Utah.
Alyssa Peely got into double figures, and she's always going to do that, but they held her down. And then you talked about Frida Foreman, 20 points tonight for Foreman. Jalen Sherrod goes in double figures for 16. Aaronette Von Legos for 15. We talked about, 10 players in double-digit minutes for the Buffs tonight. That's a really impressive distribution of a roster to get a win over a top 10 team.
And a bunch of playmakers. Anytime CU needed a stop, they needed a play, they needed some kind of momentum builder, there was a Buff ready to step up and make that play. You had Frida knocking down, that big three just before halftime. You had Jalen Sherrod, some incredible drives and getting to the line in that third quarter. You have Kendall Wetta doing what Kendall Wetta does and disrupting and creating some steals and just creating chaos and getting in the minds of Utah. Every time they needed a play, there was a different playmaker ready to step up.
Utah flying home tonight. These teams each with just one game this weekend. Colorado going to enjoy their weekend a little more than the Utes after the 10-point win and their 13th win of the season.